We are here in Somnium Space Metaverse as usual. You know the drill. Over there, there's the Somnium City Center, Planetarium, Mall. You can see the lighthouse over there, and we are in the Magical Forest with some artworks already. But that's not why we are here today. We are here to talk with Thomas Canto, the artist that is doing quite a big show today. This is just the beginning of it. There will be big drop and party. He will tell you something about that after we finish this interview. It will be on his parcel. He's already sort of my neighbor here in Somnium Space, and he has something special ready for you. So definitely this could be like a really nice thing for you to first know a little bit about himself, a little bit just know the facts, talk a little bit about the art, and then have fun on the party and get to really talk to Thomas in person, or at least in metaverse person sense. So let me put the link in his profile to this virtual browser, and in the meantime, I will ask Thomas to introduce himself to you, and we start from there. So Thomas, it's the floor is yours. Ah, Jesus. Of course. Yeah, something. Yeah. Sorry, everyone. This I don't know what happened because for some reason people can't hear you. It's definitely on my side. So let me fix this. Try to say something. No, still not. Jesus, this was working just just a second ago. Sorry everyone, just give me a little bit time to figure this one out because Jesus. Yeah, so you can at least in the meantime you can see the artworks here in the browser, and yeah, I will be figuring out what's going on here. Okay, try it
Can you
now.
hear me now? Yeah,
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
it should work now. Yeah, good. So
Okay, perfect.
and we just got some more people that join us. So yeah, uh, that's
Okay.
a good combination because you didn't lose anything. It will
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
little bit more work for me because I will have to cut the segment out. But it's sort of a rule that everything that at least one thing goes wrong on each of my events. So if it is this the one, and we are
It's
fine.
perfect. In the beginning, it's perfect.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so yeah. So I start again. So hello everyone. I'm Thomas Canto. I'm an artist, visual artist, 41 years old. And today I'm happy to share with you the news that I'm doing my first opening in Metaverse Gallery in Somnium Space. I'm presenting some NFTs that are directly related to some of my artworks, but very like image of the artworks. But I'm also very happy to introduce something that I've been developing these past months with a 3D artist friend of mine. That is a series of animated three-dimensional NFTs that is related to some of my sculptural artwork that I've been developing over the last 2 years. So I hope you can join on the Somnium space later to enjoy that. But first, I would like to share with you more about my art and answer the question of your stuff.
Yeah, so definitely this sort of art is, I would say, quite unique I haven't seen anything particular like this. So it feels partially abstract, partially like architecture, and it's a joining of a lot of different styles. So could you maybe first tell us something how you got to art? Were you always the artist, or were there some journey to that?
Um, well, I grew up in a family who was very interested in art, especially my grandfather and my father and my mother. Since I remember, I've been always painting. Like I think I started painting things around 10 years old, something like this. And then I did a bit of graffiti when I was 12 until I was 20 something. But in the same time, I was going at school, like a standard school, like college, and I took as much possible hours with art teacher, art classes. And from there, I understood that graffiti was a bit too limited for me, and I wanted to try to paint with anything like oil painting, doing photography, and try anything that is away from this media that I love. And after that, when I got 18 years old, I had my first commission from the local government to make like some murals in the city.
Wow, nice.
So from that point, I decided that artist could be my life, and that's the job I wanted to do. So it just started like this, and then from that, I start to have more work. I developed paintings that I reached some galleries, some art fairs, some many different people because I didn't know a lot about the art world, how it works and everything. So I needed to find my way to develop everything. And I did it in many different ways. For example, I had the opportunity, I think in 2006, I visited a space in the center of the city I was living at that time, which was in France, in Lyon. I visited a place to rent it for like a studio, but the location was perfect, and I decided to make an art gallery to invite other artists that I knew, international artists, to bring them to the local audience. So this bring me some more contacts and some more open different doors for me. So from just my career and my development has been very linked to people I met and people that got interested in my work. So I'm very thankful for that because today it's also the same because with the NFT I had this.
Yeah, but also for you are entering NFT space
ah,
quite differently than others, I
sorry,
would say. Yeah,
sorry, yourself. Can you repeat again because I heard myself behind?
yeah, right. Is it better now? Is it okay? Hello, can you hear me? Is the audio okay? Hello? Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Yaroslav. Sometimes I hear myself on the back. Yeah,
Ah, okay,
yeah,
so that's weird.
yeah.
Well,
I hear like there is a gap between me speaking and I hear you after.
yeah. So maybe do you have the muted Twitch channel? Because you might be hearing that one instead of
Ah,
Zoom. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, then it could be confusing.
Sorry. What do you want to do with the one I closed? Zoom? No.
Yeah, just mute the Zoom and keep it for video, and use Zoom for audio and use Twitch for video. That.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Basically, for people that are watching, what we are doing here is that I am here in this studio, as I showed you, in a Somnium Space Metaverse. So you can see here my avatar, and I'm using this virtual browser, the Word, the view, and everything to make it more interesting and really to bridge the gap between the physical and virtual. And we are using the audio to talk with Thomas on Zoom. and because you need to be able to see what I am showing you on this browser, like for example now for different exhibitions or for the artwork before and so on. He's looking on Twitch, same as you. So if you will have some questions later, you can actually type them into the Twitch, and if we will have time, we will discuss them. So that's what
Okay.
we are doing. It's a little bit complicated. There's a lot of moving parts. So
Same. Yes. It's. I think it's okay now.
yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so
Perfect.
so
Okay. So
what I
tell me.
was yeah what I was saying was that you actually are entering the NFT world quite differently and much more sophisticated than other people, because you are doing your drop. I think now I can put it here just quickly. We will discuss it a little bit later.
Hmm.
But you are doing. This drop, it's actually reserve prices are already there, so people can already put their bits there on
Hmm.
foundation. You can see the link here, and you are doing a party that's organized by also for your friends and other people on different parcel that you actually own, and you created your own gallery there. So it's already a lot of sophistication just the entering the space. So could you tell us a little bit about how you learned about the NFT space, and what were the steps to get to this point where you are doing your Genesis drop?
Um, to get to know NFTs, I met, I think 10 years ago, somebody who was doing NFT for a long time with a French artist called System. We've been speaking about this, but I didn't see any opportunity for me because at that time I was not using computers and everything to conceptualize my artwork. But I also understood the NFT thing a few months ago when it started getting more audience, and I for a long time now for 3 or 4 years now, I'm using three-dimensional design to present proposal for artworks, for clients, for installation. And of course, this I apply to for some conceptualization of studio works, especially a recent series that I call Structural Reflections. That is some of wall sculpture, let's say, that is made with several layers of stainless steel that are laser cutted. So this is needs to be sketched with computers, and so that the people are able to experience it. I thought about doing it as a three-dimensional object and a digital three-dimensional object. So I
Hmm.
thought for my work that is very physical, I would say, the fact that I could present something digital that allow the viewer to experience all the different point of view when you look at an artwork, it's really connect with what I want, what I'm doing. So that's why I was very interested in NFT in the beginning. And but for the moment, that's all. So we start creating some animations, and I see a lot of potential because this is it's matching what I'm developing at the moment very much, and I see even other opportunities and possibilities of development with larger installations.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet that you are just waiting to get support for the 3D objects, so you would be actually able to place the 3D object in your gallery.
Yeah,
That's your artwork, so people could really walk around it and not just see it as animation, but see it as a real thing that they can interact with.
totally. And that's why I immediately thought about doing NFT. But when I was thinking about the concept I wanted to do, I was thinking, okay, my works, physical artworks and everything, and I want to do a three-dimensional representation of these artworks as NFTs. So we had the idea to make NFTs, that is an artwork itself. But this NFT is linked to the physical artwork. So that means that when you purchase the NFT, you get the property of the physical artwork. So I keep the artwork in my studio, and once the collector who bought the NFT is willing, yeah, I can keep it. But if he's willing, I'm sending the physical artwork to his place.
Oh, it's wonderful.
So yeah, I thought it's not only okay. NFT is good, and I'm very interested in that because I think it's especially with the pandemic, everything there is less exhibition, and I still want to share with my community and my collectors what I'm doing and what I'm developing. And I see with this new tool a lot of uh, possible experience, I would say, to share with these collectors. So I wanted to make something that is really special with this NFT. So there is different type of NFT. There is the one that are only images, let's say, from artwork already sold or existing, and there is the one that are animated that are specifically related to this series of sculptural wall works. So those one are linked to the physical artwork.
So is it maybe for this Aurora that
Yeah,
you are dropping?
yeah, exactly. Today we're dropping. Actually, we were dropping three, but one has been purchased by Mark Cuban. I don't know if you know him.
Oh,
He's
cool.
American. Well, okay, you know him. So he got the first one, so he got the artwork, and he will now be installing it in his, I think, in his office in Dallas. So
Nice.
he bought the NFT and this is in collection. You can see it on, I think, in his wallet on lazy.com or something like this. And today we're dropping Aurora and the Genesis artwork. That is the other one, structural rise. The one you're showing is Aurora, and the other one is structural rise. This is more. It's a kind of similar color, except there is only without the blue turquoise. So today there is this, and there is also a few that are only image. But to me, those one are very and much more interesting.
The images or the animations.
No, the animated
Yeah,
because
yeah.
all the concept that they comes with a physical artwork and everything. I like this idea of mixing the digital and the physical because this is something that I have been doing in my work in few times. I did some installation and I did one in Roma and one in Korea for a foundation. That is basically installation that is physical. I mean, it's a sculpture, painted sculpture, and that kind of thing. And then I'm projecting and doing video mapping on it to animate it.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I actually had now a little bit of time to browse Mark Cuban's Twitter. So yeah, I see that he actually retweeted one of yours. Of course, he bought one, but he also retweeted. Yeah, check out this Genesis drop. And is he going to be on the party as well? Do you have confirmation? Hello? Yeah, we have a little bit audio problem right now. Yeah, so for now, you just can see that Mark Cuban is for sure interested in this sort of art, and he got the Genesis piece. I hope Thomas will be able to hear us soon.
I'm sorry, I hear you twice.
Okay. So maybe just drop the Twitch. There's probably some weird thing.
Okay, I disconnected it.
Yeah. So hopefully it's better
Yes,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now it's good. Sorry. So
Yes.
yeah, we were speaking about Mark Cuban.
Yeah. Because yeah, I saw that you were inviting him to the lunch party. He got your Genesis piece. So just curious if there's chance to meet him there as well.
I don't know. I guess he's Mark Cuban is a very busy man.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
hopefully he can join. I would be very happy to welcome him at the party, but well, we'll see. There may be an option that is coming. Let's see. At least he got the invitation, so maybe you can see him in Somnium Space tonight.
Yeah, that would be super cool. Would be super
But
cool.
it has been great because he's been very interested and very supportive for that. He really loved the work. He really loved the idea of the physical artwork with that are mixed that comes with the NFT. So I guess it's because for him, I guess it was something different from another way to approach the idea of NFT, the concept of NFT.
Hmm.
So I think that's why he found it interesting. But like we've been speaking about other projects, so maybe there will be more things soon.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I like the combination of physical and NFT form as well because it gives you the the choice, I think. Because many people would buy maybe just the NFT. I wouldn't care about the physical, and some
Hmm.
people just maybe care or just like the art itself and would like to
Yeah,
have it, I don't know, home or part of their collection, or just have some connection to the artist. So then it allows the buyer of the initial piece to, well, make the choice, keep both of
yeah,
them, or maybe just have one and sell it to someone that can appreciate the features of the
yeah,
other part.
exactly. And so one thing is that, for example, if one collector wants to purchase only the NFT, and he wants that the artwork stay in the studio in my storage, then it can be like this, and he can resell the NFT and give the ownership of the physical artwork to the next buyer. And the artwork can stay in my studio until there is one buyer that decide to get the physical artwork. So it's I think it's just a different way to use NFTs. I also like the idea that that's something that's in the art world that is has been worried a lot of people. I mean, the traceability of the artwork. I guess this is something I really like because you can totally see who were the owner and everything, what were the price, and this is giving an extra security thing about the artwork. So I like also that idea.
Yeah, right. I haven't thought about it that way, but it's absolutely true because if you receive the physical piece, there's no question whether it
Yeah,
was actually created by the person or just copy pasted or something like that.
totally. So that's another way to use NFT. But I see a lot of good things that comes with NFT too. The fact that you join NFT with an artwork, I see a lot of positive aspects on that.
Hmm.
So I guess it would be maybe more used in the future, and maybe I feel that some people in the art world could use it for not only the visual experience meaning, but also for this kind of possibilities.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, I see a lot of people from physical world coming to NFT space for various reasons. Either it's the community, the interaction, much wider mm, range of option of communicating with collectors, other artists, and of course the added liquidity because well, you get to just use. Uh, you have a completely new set of collectors
Yeah,
that you can sell the art. So even just for the financial reasons, it sort of makes sense.
the financial reason is one thing. What you're saying is that the NFT community is maybe a different market that is not necessarily interested in a normal art world, or that is not willing to go to galleries or museum. I don't know, but just a different way to get in touch or with art. So you can discover what?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. So some sort of issue
Okay,
on some new metaverse. Yeah, I will reboot it as soon as it's
no
possible.
problem. But yeah, yeah, I see many artists, many big artists that are like dropping NFTs. My concern about NFT has been for me, not for I'm not speaking. I cannot speak for other people, but for me, my concern was really about the quality of the artwork because buying an NFT is one thing, but buying with just one image is maybe a bit too weak because I
Mhm.
don't see them as just an artwork. And so maybe I think like this because my artwork are not. just paintings. They're paintings, but there is three-dimensional elements. So there are some artwork that are mixed between sculptures and paintings, I would say.
Hmm.
So the NFT gave me the possibility to create something really different. And I see some artists that are just taking what exactly we're doing or taking video they've been using on social media and using them as NFTs. So why not? Because they have like strong identity, and I think it's a good thing. But that's also why I collaborate with my friend Louis Claverie, 3D artist, because I wanted to bring something new, also for my artwork and also to the NFT community, because I didn't think it would make sense to just drop on the image. So I do that. I did some because I think it's important that anyone can buy NFT from me. But of course, I see more possibilities of development in the animated one.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, this is really nice, and you can see the
So
resolution.
yeah, and I also thought about how the people would display it. So everything has been made so that you can display it in your place. Like you can put it on a very big screen. The quality is perfect. The music is also a loop. Everything is a loop, so it could be something very smooth and that you can enjoy all the time in any resolution. So all these technical aspects have been something new for me. That's why I've been collaborating with my friend to do that. But I feel that the link between what I've been creating with this series of work in the physical world and what I've been creating in the NFT world is the link is still very strong and show that there is potential for this kind of work. And you have to also be good with me because it's the first one. So I guess I see now many different options, and every day we're thinking about new ideas. So I guess there will be different developments soon with this kind of technology.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you already have this like stamp of approval by big collector that what are you
Mm,
what you do actually makes sense, and you already have even some infrastructure. So what I'm putting here is the gallery that will be where the main event will going to
hmm.
happen in like 33 minutes. So
Okay.
people can see it here in the browser, hopefully. uh,
Yeah. We can see it.
yeah, because yeah, my Twitch froze, so but
Yeah.
that's
Now
fine.
it's good.
Yeah, so if, you can see this wonderful building, and yeah, I'm 100% sure that there will be a lot of different takes on art on NFT, and we are just scratching the surface right now. A lot of people
Exactly.
just sort of using what they know in physical and transferring into the digital and NFT space, but there will be so many new things, and yeah, I think it's just a wonderful opportunity for everyone that is creative in nature to experiment and try different things.
Yeah, totally. It's like it's just well, it's not just, but it's a different media. So, and you're right. This is now the beginning of it, and everybody got interest into it. Well, most of the people got interest into it because of the different audience than the art world. I think it's also linked to the actual situation of people that you cannot really travel and go to see exhibition and all that kind of thing. So it makes sense that it happened now, but I see that maybe in the next 1 or 2 years there will be like much more development in terms of quality and in terms of infrastructure in the metaverse.
Absolutely. Let's go back to your art and the, what I would be interested in, and I think many people, is your creative process. How you do what you do, to say.
I have differences. So initially, I was taking a lot of architecture photograph, and I was working from that, doing mostly paintings. So I was taking these photographs. I was traveling a lot. I spent a lot of time in Japan, in Tokyo, and taking photographs. Also in New York, where I've been living then. From that, I was doing black and white painting, very, let's say, a bit constructivist, very architectural.
Mm-hmm.
Then I decided to step out and stop using the photography element. So I start working more from memories, and this allowed me to start creating much more abstract work. And at the same time, I've been inviting for some project with a gallery in Paris, and the idea was to make only installation, murals, and that kind of thing. Uh, so as I was feeling that a lot of people would do like mural installation, I got into this place and I created my first installation that is mixing abstract representation. So I represented like a strong perspective. You can see it here, like one of them, you can see the installation. So I represented an abstract landscape with a strong perspective, and to represent it, I painted on the wall, on the ceiling, and on the ground, so that you can, with anamorphosis effect, so that you have the impression you're stepping inside these perspective lines, and to rise and to make stronger the effect of the optical effect and the impression of perspective, I added a lot of wires. And from that artwork, this installation work, I was very happy about this optical effect and the fact that I had wires connecting me with a new audience of collectors, because adding this kind of three-dimensional element and superposing them with some two-dimensional paintings created a link in my work and a reference to the optical art movement. And from that, optical art movement was mostly in the 60s and 70s. So
Mm-hmm.
from that, I got to reach a very new audience of collectors, and I got to know very different people that learned me a lot about this moment of art history. So at that time, I was getting very more abstract, and I was only working from memories. And after that, I decided to create some studio works that are using the same techniques. That's how I start to create my what I call cubicles. They're basically a painting with a double acrylic glass frame, and into this double acrylic frame, I install the wires so that you have this all these transparencies, reflection effects, and also shadows that creates a lot of more depth. And that was a very decisive moment in my process of creation. So this is one of my main series of work, the cubicles. So that this is paintings with the wires. They're really related to my installation artwork. Recently, the NFT, the animated NFT, are linked to a different series that I call structural reflection. So for this one, I got back to photography. Um, so I'm taking photography. I'm traveling and taking photography about contemporary architecture mainly, and then I use them as base to make some sketch. Usually, I try to take pictures from different architecture that I found in different countries to create something that you can identify as an architecture, but that you cannot really identify where it is. So it's also a way to speak
Huh.
about the globalization of architecture,
Right.
because now if you go to Shenzhen or if you go to Austria,
Mm-hmm.
it's you have the chance to see similar buildings. For example, like there is a building in Lyon in France that is made by a architecture firm that I love, which is named Corp Himmelblau. They're from Austria, and they have their very strong style, and the architecture they're doing is amazing. So it's also a way to speak about this globalization of architecture. So mixing some pictures that I took in Dubai with one in New York and adding layers with some pictures of Tokyo, then making a sketch based on this mix. It's also for me a way to think about that.
Wow, it's
So
really
there is
interesting. It's really interesting.
these two series. So the animated NFT are linked to the series, and after I do the sketch, I laser cut it. I make it laser cut in stainless steel, And then there is a silver plating treatment that allow to make the reflection or the painting depend what I want to do. And there is there is the sculptures also that I start, but it's bigger sculptures, so it's more for outdoor, like you can see on the what you're showing now on the stream, and also indoor. But it's like more, I would say, an evolution of my installation. So it's like it's as if my installations, because initially my installation were just wall painting, then they became wall painting with optical effect going all over the place they're presented. Then I added the wires and then some physical structure that are linked to what is presented on the wall. And then I took the structure out of the wall. So in it results a sculpture. But it's something I've been starting doing the 3D sculpture, I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And it's a very different way of working than installation. It's less spontaneous and it's different process, but it brings me more ideas. So I think it's good.
Yeah,
So
it's
there is mainly these two series are the main. I have other series that I've been trying, but some are better to develop on large scale. So this means for museum, and at the moment museum are mostly closed everywhere in the world. So
yeah.
I had few exhibitions that were postponed for next year.
Yeah,
So maybe,
that's yeah, that's the pain for all the artists, I think, and sort of
yeah,
forces artists to look for other ways how to interact
yeah.
with other people. Yeah.
Totally, totally. But well, I see it as something positive. For me, it has been very like I got stuck in France. I was supposed to fly back to China for this museum project and for a public art project. And from that, I've been enjoying and painting a lot for the first year. And so I found also this different way to connect with people and to share my work. So it has been a good time too.
Yeah, well, it's actually like wonderful story because because and if you imagine it and with these pictures that I'm putting here, you almost can. So it's like picture on the wall and then the pictures going out of the wall here
Yeah.
almost literally, and then
Hmm.
the picture is outside the world, and now you are putting it in a virtual world
Yeah.
in 2D format.
Yeah.
Then you probably want to go to the 3D when it allows it. And do you have also like idea of where you would like to take it next, or is it just like waiting for some inspiration?
You mean the installation project?
Yeah, like this evolution. If you
Ah,
are already have ideas how to take it maybe farther, even farther than 3D in metaverse.
that's very interesting. Well, I've been thinking since years to do something with augmented reality, I think.
Oh, cool.
So this can be also an evolution because my work are physical and yeah, there is many different way to look at it. So I was also thinking of adding something. We've been doing few try with a friend of mine about that. So the idea would be that you can experience artworks that you are actually seeing with your eyes, but with a digital media, with a digital device, you can also experience it in a other way. So I think it's could be interesting for my work because I'm also questioning the reality of the object and the fact that what you see, all the optical effect that I had in my architectural abstract visuals, is questioning that the reality of the world that we're developing at the moment. So I think adding some virtuality inside with digital media could make sense actually.
Yeah, it's,
So let's see.
that's really interesting. And actually, when I see something like this, or particularly the ones that were like really 3D for physical pieces, uh, actually, it reminds me of one game. It's called Control. Probably, I don't know if anyone is interested in that. But then the shape was actually like changing. you know. So for like these different spikes and so on, they were like it was like an entity alive and moving in the space. So
Good.
for yeah, because when I look at your 3D pieces, they sort of move, but they keep the main structure. So it's more like you are moving than they are moving. Uh, so is it maybe something that you would explore as well, or do you think that it's like not the directions that
What do you mean? To develop like the installation and that kind of sculpture in a digital way?
I mean, if when you are talking about the VR and then AR as well, that the installation would actually that maybe it would be in the wall and then it would come out of the wall and then these different spikes would just like come to
Mm.
you and maybe like try to speak to you. I don't know. I just
Well, there is.
imagine the possibilities.
I'm very. My work is as a very technical aspect,
Yeah.
and so every time I'm seeing a different new tool or something like this, I'm always keen on to try it. And some tools are matching my work perfectly and brings a lot of possibilities. Like when I've been first trying the video mapping thing, I think I send you a video of it if you want to display it. This happened to create something that was making sense for my work. So mixing the digital and the physical, creating a reality that is in between was very, very, very meaningful for me because that's exactly what I'm speaking about in my work.
Hmm.
Also, you mentioned that I think you have the third one on that on the page. This is the first one I've been doing, the video mapping, still life of space time. It's called. Yeah. You mentioned that in my artwork, it's the human is activating the artwork. Actually,
Hmm.
the human is the center element of my work because it's the human that is building architecture and all the infrastructure that's creating the world and the cities. And so the fact that I put the human as the center element of my artwork because without the viewer, there is no action. Nothing is happening with my artwork. It's all about experience and how the viewer decide to interact with my artwork. So every experience is different, and the human element is very, very important for me.
Oh, that's
So it's very
great.
good that you mentioned that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I'm glad as well because yeah, for sometimes or often, like stupid question can can bring like really good answer. So so
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I found
yeah,
some video. Unfortunately, like the ones that you sent me, it was more for me as a reference, but I can't put it here on this browser because it's like online.
okay.
But
But
yeah, I think this one is probably what you were talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, it's exactly that. So this one, as I was mentioning, is so you have physical artwork. There is like wall painting with optical effect, like such as anamorphosis, and then there is this sculptural painted element that is representing this perspective that is hanging in front of the wall. And then I had the wires and some spikes that are as if they were getting out of the structure. And then I had this video mapping to activate it. So for this exhibition that was in a gallery in Roma called the Wunderkammern, I think 2015, I decided to make you had the lights like normal lights on the artwork for 13 minutes, and every 13 minutes, this 3 minutes video mapping was starting animating everything. So it was very interesting to see how uh, people are interacting differently with the artwork depending if it's moving or not. So it was very, very, very interesting for me to see the relationship that people were, the way people were connecting with the artwork.
Yeah, yeah, I bet because yeah, it's not just like video. It's you need to imagine that you are standing in the room and this show is going in front of your eyes. So that's
Mm.
completely different feeling.
Yeah, and it's I see that it's very linked to what have been the idea I had, and that's why I guess the NFT linked to physical artwork appeared as something obvious when I saw the potential of NFT because these artworks are really mixing digital and physical. And I guess the idea, the way I conceptualized my animated NFTs was the continuation of that
Yeah, yeah, I'm
in terms of meaning.
uh-huh. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing your work in maybe like 1 year,
Uh,
because like looking at into the past, and you were working even with lithography and a lot of different tools,
yeah,
and what you can do with just 3D object, or just, yeah, like 3D object in physical space and light is like
hmm
this, then for what you would be able to do in VR or AR,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's just
I,
limitless.
yeah, exactly. This I'm very amateur, I would say, in my use of computers and everything because I work with teams of engineers and also motion designer for to animate and 3D designer because this is not what I've been studying. So there is many other people that are better than me for that. So once I know more, and I have sometimes some idea that are not even possible, but I see that more and more, depending on the skills of the people I collaborate with, I see that there is way more possibilities to create my crazy ideas. So I guess it can be very interesting in the future for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. We can see we are having a sunset here in Metaverse, so there are really a lot of possibilities. Okay,
Yeah, totally,
okay. So I
totally.
think now we are slowly getting to the end. We still have like 40
hmm
minutes, so let's use them and let's talk about the drop. You already touched it a little bit, but now I think it would be a good idea if you could tell us maybe in general what about the collection as a whole, what it connects and so on. You already touched it a little bit, but maybe if, let's just uh, come back to that and then tell us something about the individual pieces that we have
hmm
here.
Okay, so well, let's start with the one that are like static image. These image are actual pictures of existing artwork that has been sold. As you can see, those one they're really referring to the what I was mentioning before. But um, the moment I was going away from photography as a basic element of my work, so there is you can see the first black and white. This one and two it's way more abstract. It's more like an impression of architecture that I've experienced. So you can see in maybe this one like a tunnel or like an atrium in some crazy city. Also in this kind of artwork, and that is mostly painting, there is this idea of superposition of different layers that you have with the other one, but in a different way. So in this one, to create them, I really superpose the memories. So then you have the bottom line, you have the one that is more mostly black, that is called square attraction. Yes, those one are very. It's one of the series I've been developing that is very linked and very referring to the optical art movement because so you have the design that you can see with the white lines. They're actually not white; they're painting with a mirror painting. So this creates slightly change of reflection depending on the way you look at it and the light in the room. And then there is the black wires in front of it. So all the patterns is disappearing in a very smooth way, depending on the way you're interacting with the physical artwork. And it's very structural. And then you have the one in the middle. Yeah, this one too is, well, as you can experience, it's a kind of vortex that you're getting into so very strong architectural experience. And the one in the middle, cerulean perspective extraction, is really related to some of installation I did. Because in this artwork, you have the background that is painted and the center element that you can see, the spiky element that you can see, is made of PMMA, so it's basically acrylic glass painted and that is superposed to the that is installed and attached to the canvas. So it's like really looks like a small installation into acrylic glass box. and very strong in terms of perspective.
Very nice.
So then you have, I can't remember, maybe with red one. Red one is also made
Oh, yeah.
similar inspirations that I guess different moment of the day. And about your other NFTs, so you have so for this one we're dropping the Genesis one, the one that has been purchased by Caban, and there is the other one that is called Aurora. So those one are the animated NFTs that I've been doing with Louis Clavry, the 3D artist, and for those one, they relate to the series of work that I call structural reflection. So for this artwork, I basically take scoot and visit different cities. I take pictures, and sometimes I get good pictures. From that, I start sketching something that is between abstract and architectural. Sometimes I mix different photography from different place to create a fantasy place, let's say. And from that, um, I create this sculpture. So it's made with two panels of stainless steel. And the first one is laser cut with very much details. And the background is like a mirror. And then I superpose them. I think the gap between both parts is around 7 or 8 centimeters. And then I apply this mirror effect treatment, which is called silver plating, to create infinity reflection as kind of same experience when you like in cities like Hong Kong or there is much glass. So you see every building reflecting in another one. You see the light of the day depending on the time of the day. So that's why I try to represent in these artworks. And as said, these NFTs has been creating following the same ideas, and they've been created in the idea of that the NFT buyer can experience the physical aspect of the sculpture, even if he's not having the physical artwork in his place. So, and they also have this particularity that the NFT comes with the actual artwork. So if you get the NFT, you get the property of the physical artwork too, that you can choose if you want to get it straight away as soon as you buy the NFT, or you can choose that I keep it for you in my storage. And then you can decide
nice.
anyway if you want to get it or not.
That's nice. That's nice. So
they also come, yeah, there is some too with the animated one.
there's some what you were saying? I missed that last word.
No, there is some sound. They are not only animated. There is sound too, but very like smooth loops to make the because I was no, that's another aspect that I enjoy with the creating NFTs is that for me as I'm speaking and depicting architectural place like crazy cities. So it's something that I don't have. I use it for some of my installation that I presented in New Zealand, but the sound element is very important because it's also part of the experience when you visit a place, and your memories will also stick to sound, not only to image. So that's what another aspect that the NFT is allowing me to add to this artwork, and I was very happy about that because it's a way to increase the experience for the viewer.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, this looks really good. I will put the sound there for a sec because it's quite loud, so people will not be able to hear you. So I will just put it maybe
No problem.
20, 30 seconds. Yeah, let's check out maybe the Aurora that's also available. yeah, people love it uh, in the comments. Yeah, so we have like last 6 minutes or maybe a little bit less to give people
Hmm.
time to switch. So if anyone has any questions on Twitch, feel free to type them in. We don't have much time, but you can type them and know if you have some last remarks, and I will find the link so people would
Hmm.
know where to continue next.
Okay. No questions.
Yeah, doesn't seem so. Yeah, people probably just want to meet with you in person on the
Yeah,
parcel, which makes absolute sense. So
totally.
yeah, hope this will work. Yeah, so it's parcel 2068,
Hmm.
2068. I'm putting it here. Yeah, for depending on the resolution, I'm not sure if you can see it. Uh, because of that, I will put the link here. Yeah, it's somehow translated into some like different link, but it works as well. Yeah, this is the original one. So we will be, or not me, I will be just guest there. I will be having good time as the rest of you, and you will be there, right? And maybe you can tell people what sort of program they can expect in that main party.
The party, there will be some music. We have some DJs coming to display music. And I will be there, like happy to meet everyone during 2 hours. So I'm a bit impatient to go there, I would say, and to meet people, to welcome people in my metaverse gallery. So it's kind of first experience for me, so it's very exciting, I think.
Yeah, so
But
yeah,
thank you so much, Yaroslav, for inviting me.
yeah, you are welcome. We had actually quite a lot of people on my like small stream. Those 14 people, which is
Okay.
like second highest that I
Uh-huh.
had. So that's great. People for sure love what you do. Not just big collectors, but also other
Hmm.
artists and people from the community. So that's
Hmm.
awesome. Yep, I will wish you a lot of luck in your event and see you there. So in
Okay.
3 minutes, you will be starting there. Everyone has links,
Exactly.
so I hope I will see you there.
See you there, Yaroslav.
See
See you
you.
later. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
You too. Bye bye.